Here live at the campus of El Camino College in Torrance, California. This is the CIF State Division 6A final between the Colussa Redhawks and the Sweetwater Red Devils. Here with Thomas Conroy to my right. Many news what to call him this one. This is not your typical David Goliath match, but we talk about records-wise. Colussa is your David team, a 13-0 team that is riding the wave out from the northern section from here on out. This is going to be a team that's going to see a lot of firepower against a Sweetwater team that loves to run the football. But let's talk about Colussa first here, Thomas. A team, again, that has really just been playing great football from this month of August all the way to the end, all because of heart and resiliency.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it really boils down to their quarterback play with Bo Coronado. He's been outstanding this year. His connection with his receivers is outstanding. And really for Sweetwater to kind of slow them down, they're going to have to find a way to contain that connection, put a little pressure in the pocket, and make him kind of force him into mistakes. They would like at least 2 to 3 turnovers in this contest. They feel they need that to have a chance in this game. And on the other side, Manny, it's going to be all about the running game with Sweetwater. Unbelievable, close to 400 yards total rushing this season for the Red Devils, and it comes down to their three-headed monster, 1,000 yards runners that we'll kind of talk about as we get more into this broadcast. But their quarterback is only 73 yards away from being a 1,000-yard rusher. I've never seen it before. 4,000-yard rushers on one team. Unbelievable.
Yeah, for head coach Mikey Battleduco, before they traveled from Colussa all the way down here to Torrance, they were really touting to stop the run defense. As you see, the kickoff that was returned on a short onside that was picked up by Colussa. So they're going to take the ball to start at the 48-yard line. We're going to see Bo Coronado here to start at quarterback. You know, one thing to mention here from Colussa is, again, the run defense is what they've been touting, but that three-headed juggernaut here from the likes of Sweetwater, Zorian Cruz, Carlos Delgado, and Xavier Cruz, the two brothers, Xavier Cruz and Zorian Cruz. As you mentioned, Zorian just 70 yards away from 1,000 yards rushing, a chance to have 4 players on this team to rush for 4,000 yards combined. On the first run there from Colussa, it's a nice one down to the far end. That's William McCovey to take the first handoff. A good 8-yard gain. It looks to be 2nd down and 1. Bo Coronado starting at quarterback for Colussa. The man of the hour for this team, the 6'5" senior Isaiah Travis.
Yeah, he's gonna be interesting. 6'5" tight end that leads the team in receptions. That's unheard of in today's football.
On the throw, near side, catch is made. That'll be a first down just outside the 40-yard line. That's Daniel Mata. Correction, actually, it's Landon Humphrey. They're on the catch. Again, a difference between these two teams, obviously with Colussa having the ball first, it's a well-balanced passing and running attack. They can certainly go either to run the football and mix it with Aiden Sulliver, or throw the football to Travis or Humphrey. And the arm of Coronado, pretty strong nonetheless.
Yeah, it's 67% completion rate this season as there goes a running play.
Little handoff again, 2nd of 3 plays. William McCovey will take it, and that line here so far for Colussa really wrecking down this Sweetwater defensive ends and defensive linemen down in the center. It's another 7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3 with the ball just outside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Colussa's coaching staff, they just love the way Coronado kind of deciphers what he sees in the field, and then the way he just distributes the football. As you mentioned, Landon Humphrey, 31 receptions on the season.
McCovey, another handoff, and he might have gotten the first down there.
Pretty close. That was a good. The inside linebackers there for Sweetwater really closed that gap on him.
Referees are going to say that he was just about a half yard short, so now 3rd down and about a half yard just inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I have to believe this is 2-down territory for Colussa, so either 2 runs or you can mix it up, a pass and a run here for the Redhawks.
Yeah, twins down on the near side. McCovey next to Coronado to the left on 3rd down. He'll elect to pass. Throw up the middle. McCovey one hand on it, but could not hang on. So 4th and short, you would have to think too far for a field goal, too short to punt. You're only a half yard away. And here for their head coach, and again, but Dugo, he's thinking he wants to go for it here.
Now, unfortunately, the receiver's 5'10". If he was only 6 foot, he would have made that reception. A little bit high throw, but that's what happens.
You got 2 men now in the backfield, seeing receivers left and right. You're smelling a possible run play here on this 4th down and half yard away, and it will be. And that will be just enough for the first down.
Wow, that's close.
It was close. He did cross it, but that Sweetwater line just trying to pull him back and see if they can sneak him back to get the ball moved back. But instead, it was a half yard more than what they needed to move those chains.
Yeah, not by much, but you were exactly right. They did get the first down. And a little surprising. You don't see that too often from Colussa. Two straight running plays in a row.
Coronado here with McCovey. Again on the left side. This time they got twins left and right here on this 1st down and 10 with the clock rolling at 9:30 to go. McCovey, another handoff. And now you see the run defense here. Next couple of plays are making the stops here on these short gains.
Yeah, they're really trusting their interior line right there, the 2 guards in the center, to open up some holes right there. And that's where they're finding good ground right now, running-wise, Colussa. Colussa on the year, you talked about the balance of their offense. They did rush for over 162 yards per game on the year.
Coronado electing the pass. Pocket collapsing. Rolls to the far side. Catch is made. That's Peyton Humphrey. First time we've said his name today. A decent gain. And that will be, by the looks of it, enough to again move the chains. Ball down at the 15.
Yeah, right now, Sweetwater on the year had 14 sacks on the season. And right now, you're going to see right now, Colussa's doing an excellent job of containing that pass rush. And that was a high snap, and Coronado caught it, and then had mind enough to kind of roll out to his left to get to that open receiver, Humphrey, for the first down.
Colussa on the red zone. Catch is made to Landon Humphrey. Down inside the 5, reaching to the goal line, keeping on his feet. Enough for a first and goal. Almost snuck in for 6 from Landon Humphrey.
Yeah, Josh McBride, the senior guard, came down there and helped him along there to pick up a couple extra yards. That's just good recognition there by a teammate helping the guy out.
They're going to mark him down at the 2-yard line. So 2 yards away from Pagert. Coronado this time under center. McCovey will take the handoff. Correction, actually, he lost the ball. He did lose the football, but they're going to mark him down just shy from that marker.
Yeah. Good eyes right there because his knee was down when the ball came loose. It's a nice play.
Now that head coach, Valduco, looking calm, cool, and collective there on the sidelines. Just hoping that his team can strike first. Clock here rolling, 7:45 left to go. And a team that is 13-0, they're certainly playing with a lot of patience here to start off on their first drive.
Yeah, it could be.
On the handoff again, Sullivan will take it in for 6 to the house. He goes.
Well, that's a great play by Sullivan right there. Again, right off the right guard again. In that hole right there, that's where the opening is now for Colussa, and they get the quick score here on their initial drive of the game.
So starting this drive from just outside the 50-yard line, on a number of plays, they get it in on a nice balance attack from the arm of Coronado, getting William McCovey a couple of hits there, and then working that goal line stand for Aiden Sullivan to take it in for 6 as they set up now for the point after touchdown. Snap, kick high enough, deep enough, and it will be no good as it just faded away to the left side. So they do get the 6 anyway, a 6-0 ball game. So far, so good here for Colussa here, Thomas, is you see a nice balance attack, a good pass game, good run regime. Colussa striking first. We're going to see Sweetwater with the football for the first time today, and as we talked about, their run game has been one to see, one of the strongest in San Diego, in fact, 4th in all of San Diego, compared to the top teams out there in San Diego County. We're really excited to see what they have to offer.
Yeah, Coach Hernandez, I think he wants to really kind of establish it and now take over the game a little bit with his running game. He needs ball control, move the chains, and more importantly, keep Calussa's offense off the field. So we're going to see a lot of run here in this initial series. Doesn't matter that they're down a score. It's all predicated on them running the football and really eating the clock. So it'll be interesting to see if he can accomplish that here on their first drive of the game.
So Ryan Cruz as well as Xavier Cruz. Those are your two men to talk about, along with Carlos Delgado. As we talked about earlier in this broadcast, Ryan Cruz just a few yards away as the quarterback to rush for the 1,000 yards as they are nearing, combined as a team, 4,000 yards in rushing on the reverse handoff, on the kickoff, down there just outside the 20. A late flag thrown as some commotion.
Could have been face mask there on the takedown. So the hands high on the tackler there.
On that return, that was Xavier Cruz. And that is going to be a face mask called. Face mask there called against the kicking team. So we're going to move it from the 21 down to the 36. Well, correction, actually, was down outside the 15, so we're going to move it to the 31, as a matter of fact.
No, 26, you were right.
Oh, nope, never mind. That's, as a math major, that even let me down. So 7:24 here, left to go, first quarter of play. So Ryan Cruz here as the starting quarterback. Bunch formation with a single receiver down to the far side. Handoff. And that run defense, first play of the game. A nice stop as they just swallowed up the run.
Yeah, that was Aiden Travis there. He's sort of like their initial pass rusher and interception guy. He has 2 on the season to lead the team there, and then he just came in right there on with that stack line to the right side. He came in nice and hard and really stopped that running game short.
So they're going to give him credit for just a half yard on the first run. Now second down here and just outside 9 yards left to go. Back in the shotgun. Bunch formation with the receiver now. This time on the near side. Handoff through the middle. And that's only going to be picking up for just a few more as they're refusing to go down here on the handoff. By the looks of it, it is going to be to number 5, Carlos Delgado, yet again.
Yeah, that looked like an old-fashioned scrum right there. Kind of fouled the ball right there. But, when you run as much as Sweetwater has this season, you're not going to see a lot of sophistication in the sets by them offensively. It's really, you can kind of read what they're going to do. If they have a stack line, that's where they're going to run the ball to. And you might see an occasional outside tight end or running back come in as a sweeping blocker.
We're on 3rd down and 4. A run to the far side. Can he get the first? He might be a yard short, however. The handoff run, actually that was a quarterback keeper, so Ryan Cruz, who took it himself, and he's going to get down there just outside the first down marker, a yard away. You're looking at the sideline here. You got the head coach for Sweetwater, and Ervin Hernandez, and he's thinking, and he wants to go for it here.
Yeah, so Ryan Cruz on the season averages 6.5 yards per carry. So, as we mentioned at the top, he's only 73 yards coming into the state championship final, away from a 1,000-yard season. So he's on his way there with a good pickup.
So now on 4th down and 1. It'd be too good to just let this go.
Look at that stack.
Knowing that you have a chance to continue on this drive. On the run, he got stopped. Cruz gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
No, hold the way the line is. One official has him getting the first down.
He looked to be short, however. He did get shoestring in the backfield. Are they going to give him enough for that forward progress?
No, they're going to check with the chains. I think you mentioned it. He initially got hit for a loss, but he kept his legs moving. And I think that's what's so impressive about Sweetwater's running attack is that, when you ask him in the pregame, you ask the coach, how would you describe your team? And he says, hard-nosed, tough. Mm-hmm. And that's what we just saw right there. You can hit initially, but you keep your legs moving, you lower your shoulder, and you take on defenders, and you somehow, some way, get a first down. And I think he might have.
And you know what? They gave it to him. They gave them just enough to continue on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, come on, I gave you a passionate plea right there. They got to give it to him.
Yeah, give credit right now to Colussa so far, though. 4 plays and not one has been for more than just 5 yards.
No.
So that that 4th down reach gives them enough for the first down to Ryan Cruz on the quarterback keeper. Clock here now at 4:45 and counting in this opening quarter. Single receiver down on the far side. There's Orion here in the shotgun with yet again another bunch formation. Calls up motion, handoff through the middle, and look at that. Moses turn the legs there. There he goes, in for 6 on the reverse. That's another bunch formation. On the reverse, that's Xavier Cruz. To the pass he goes.
Well, that was his 20th rushing touchdown of the year, and it couldn't come at a better time because it evens the game now at 6. And like you said, he came in motion, took the handoff from his brother, but great interior blocking by Sweetwater. They opened up that hole, and Colussa didn't have the safety like you would have in a normal set. In a normal set that you would have against a balanced offense, and once he got past the front 7 and the corners, he was gone.
So a 6-all ball game. You don't see any kicking or any setup for a kick on the field, so they're going to be electing to go for 2 here. So Ryan shotgun, handoff again. This is to Xavier. Can he reach in? He does break the plane. And Xavier Cruz crosses in for 2 more points. 8-6 ball game with Sweetwater striking right back.
Yeah, amazing, and give Colussa credit. They initially hit Cruz to negate that 2-point conversion, but he just outstretched his hands. They were well coached, Sweetwater. You saw it right there. They did an excellent job of it. Once you get hit, if you're near that end zone, put your hands out, put the ball in, because then the play immediately ends. Smart coaching there by Sweetwater, and a great answer to Calussa's opening drive.
Yeah, so now we've seen both teams get the football here so far. Obviously with Sweetwater, we're just going to see a run attack, and 4 plays in, you're thinking as if that Colussa has kind of figured it out little by little, but again on play number 5, after getting the first down, all of a sudden you see the likes of Xavier Cruz getting the football for the first time. Actually, he's correction for the second time. He goes in for a 70-plus yard touchdown. The kickoff returned outside to the 32-yard line, and we've got a late flag coming. As you can see, the kicking game not all that strong. First kickoff was on an onside. The second one goes short. So it looks as if we might not see much of any types of point after touchdowns for kicking. Mind you, here from the likes of Sweetwater. So they're going to pick up the flag instead out there on the kickoff. So Colussa will take the football at the 33-yard line here. First down and 10. Clock here at 4:09 left to go in this opening quarter. Coronado here, shotgun. McCovey on the handoff, and he gets in the backfield.
Yeah, good play right there, Carlos Delgado, one of their leading tacklers. We talked about him running the football. Well, he can play a darn good interior linebacker position for Sweetwater, and he was all over the running back there.
This will be a big test here for Sweetwater, knowing with the balance attack by Colussa, they get a stop here. They might have this upper hand. They get the football back without giving up a score. Coronado throwing up the middle. That's a completed catch. Sullivan on the reception. The 46-yard line, and that'll move those chains.
Yeah, that's once again Peyton Humphrey, his second reception of the game. Good reception, good route right there, and what a tough throw by Coronado. He had to get it over the linebacker that was covering in front of Humphrey, and then he had a corner on top of Humphrey, and then a safety that came over, recognized the pass a little too late and had to come over there. So he had to really go kind of weave his way through multiple defenders there to get that completion.
Another pass here, thrown down up to the far side, and that is a beauty, a basket catch to Charlie Santana to Sweetwater territory.
Yeah, Santana has 20 receptions on the season, averaged about 17 yards per reception, and that's a big one right there. He kind of was on. He was left one-on-one with the coverage, and Coronado saw it immediately that he had the advantage on the defender, and he threw it out there. Good throw.
Yeah, so far so good here for Colussa, answering back after giving up a score on their first offensive drive. Nearing the red zone with the ball on the 27, 1st and 10. McCovey will take the handoff, cannot break through a tackle as he gets shoestringed in the backfield. The tackle there made Gilbert Sarabia there for Sweetwater. If not, that would have been a big-time game, if not maybe 6 more. Again, you look at those shots to Mikey Baladuco, and he had a orange highlighter in his mouth for the first drive. I think after giving up that touchdown, it might have been broken in half. So I think he's trying to ease off his stress a bit, knowing that a state title is on the line. Under 2 minutes to go. 2nd down and 6. Throw made to the far side, well out of reach to Landon Humphrey. Sets it now 3rd down and 7. Correction, 3rd and 6. We have not said the name of Isaiah Travis all day today.
Yeah, I think right now we're seeing him. He's helping out with chip blocking there with Sweetwater's pass rush. We haven't seen a lot of penetration by Sweetwater coming to Coronado. He's had a really stable backfield there and pocket to throw the football. So give him credit for helping out.
On 3rd down, a flag that will stop the play, and this might be coming back for 5 against Colussa.
Yeah. Oh. Trying to anticipate the snap. That's a tough one.
Well, let's take that one back, actually.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, trying to read the count, and they might have gone a bit too early, so they're going to move it 5 up. And it'll now set up here at 3rd down. Well, it says 1 on the board, but it's actually really a long one. It's going to be 2 instead. This ball's going to be spotted right at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, and Mr. Travis there is out in the flat here, right on the hash marks here on the low side.
McCovey on the handoff. He might have gone the first. The referees are spotted around the 7-yard line. Chains are on top of the 7. You see the down marker on top of the 1st down chain, and they're going to drop the chains. It'll be 1st down and goal, so it was enough to give them 4 more opportunities here for a touchdown. Oh, but actually the chains are back up.
No,
and now they're down. Okay, now they're just going to, they were thinking about it, but then they decided to drop them anyway. So now 1st down and goal, so here's a chance for Colussa to answer back. Clock at 1:25 remaining in our first quarter of play. Coronado takes the snap, near side corner, and a fingertip catch. Is it a catch? Yes, it is. Landon Humphrey. To the house he goes.
Yeah, that time Sweetwater saw number 9 Isaiah Travis kind of again in that slot area here on the near side, and they kind of doubled him and they left Humphrey's one-on-one coverage. Coronado read that perfectly and just threw that ball right to the cone here on the front cone for the touchdown, right on the goal line. So that's a design play. You want Travis. It's he's running a flood route, which means you want to attack the coverage, and then hopefully somebody one of your secondary receivers can get open, and that's exactly what happened there with Landon Humphrey.
Going for 2, play gets stopped, and by the looks of it, it will be against be against, as you see there, on the false start call. Colussa will have to back up 5 on this try. And as you see more personnel coming up, then I believe they're going to instead elect to here go for 1.
Yeah, unfortunately with that missed field goal and the way Sweetwater goes 2 all the time, you're going to be chasing points all day if you're Colussa.
As a matter of fact, yes, they are going to be going for 1 instead.
Yeah, I thought there was some weird alignment here. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it could have been a mess nonetheless, but here to kick it for about 25 yards out. To make it a 13-8 ball game. Snap up, kick high enough, kick deep enough, and this time, nope, it doesn't split.
Wow.
So back-to-back kicks go wide out to the left. A 12-8 ball game. It's an interesting ball game here as we see, Thomas. 12-8 our score. 2 touchdowns for Colussa, but 2 missed extra points. If that trend kind of keeps up, that's certainly going to put Sweetwater in maybe a bit of an advantage here, knowing that when they got the football, only took them 5 plays to go 70-plus yards in for 6, but one of those was on a 70-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I think right now Coach Hernandez is going to have to work a little bit more on his defense right now because I don't think he likes the way Colussa has basically chopped up yardage going downfield, and that's not what he wants. He wants to create turnovers, and right now they're just not getting that. And I think he might be a little startled because I am a little bit that Colussa is running the ball a little bit more than they are passing-wise on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing, too, is you see Sweetwater not have a kicking game at all. Their kickoffs have been very short. So if you can find a way to stop them, even within short kicking distance, that could be a big difference maker. Tackle made there at the 37 on the kickoff return. A short kick on Calussa's end. That's where the drive is going to start.
And Nico Solero right there with the pickup. Got his name in the scorebook here for a state bowl game. That's always good to have.
They're going to mark him here for Sweetwater on the kickoff return at the 38-yard line instead. So 1:07 now left to go here in this opening quarter. It's a 12-8 ball game. Second time today we're going to be seeing Sweetwater with the football, and as we mentioned earlier, it took them 5 plays to go the distance. On that 5th play, they used more than half the football field on the run from Xavier Cruz.
Look at him go. I mean, nothing fancy right there. It's create an opening and just great recognition there by the running back. They get the first down and more right there on the first carry.
That was Xavier Cruz there on the run. Needed 10, got 12, as they were now just a yard away from midfield.
Excuse me, he's their leading rusher at 1,500, over 1,500 yards. Averages about close to 11 yards per carry.
There's a Ryan here in the shotgun. Handoff again, trying to go through the line. He breaks off one tackle, tries to spins off another, but he gets down about a yard shy from that first down. That run from Ezell Wright, another player who also has 1,000 yards rushing as well.
Yep, 14.22 to be exact. Only averages 6.5 yards per carry. Like that's bad. That's like way above the average you see in the NFL.
Again, this team number 4 in the San Diego section in rushing. When we talk about San Diego also, this is the only team, as a reminder, Thomas, that is playing in a state bowl title game as well.
Yeah, pretty shocking. A couple of tough defeats there. Tip ball by Del Norte allowed, I believe, Birmingham to win. And then the way St. Augustine lost their game was a little shocking as well.
Here with Thomas Conroy, Manny News with the call on this one, a 12-8. Colussa lead after 1 quarter of play. Colussa scored twice, but they've missed 2 extra points. We've got Sweetwater with the football here to start quarter number 2. That 3 now 4-headed monster of the run game with the Cruz brothers especially that have been taking the helm so far. Thomas, this, like we've talked about, this Colussa team coming in undefeated, but most likely this is going to be their toughest opponent in their entire schedule, knowing that if they want to win this football game, they need to really build up that strength on that defensive line to stop the run.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you can practice all you want to stop the run, but a team of this caliber like Sweetwater, the way they, 90% of their offense is predicated on running the football, and it's just amazing, how they did us find holes, and the way these runners just kind of see, read and react of what they see as far as holes opening.
Opening up the second quarter of play, the handoff here to Azell Wright again. Back-to-back handoffs to close out the quarter and open the second quarter. That'll be enough here to move those chains as he gets down at the 36.
Yeah, this series started with a little over 1 minute to go, and I would think Coach Hernandez would like this. Whatever the outcome of this drive is, I guarantee he would like to have it to be about a 4 to 6 minute drive, whatever the outcome is. And just to keep that Colussa offense off the field. When we talked to him, that was his concern, to keep that offense off the field. And he said we do it by extending drives, moving the markers.
1st and 10 on the reverse handoff. Moving to the near side, finding some room, but can't get to the first down. That is Xavier Cruz again on the run. He does get 6 there on the play.
Yeah, that was a smart run there. Tried to stay in bounds. They keep the clock running, but he got pushed out. But he got more than enough yards to keep get a good gain there on first down. And really, that's what you want. You want to get, carries of 5 or more yards, because then it opens up what you can call on second and third down running wise. You're not going to get fancy, but it keeps the defense guessing.
Clock did stop there on the run as Cruz did run out of bounds. Quarterback keeper. And Colussa did read that perfectly.
Yeah,
short gain though, 2 yards, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, good play right there, mate. 72, Parker Goodman, senior D tackle right there. He stayed with it and stopped Cruz right in his tracks. He might have picked up a few yards, but not much.
Did have someone down as that did stop the clock, but he was able to come up on his own. That is for Sweetwater and their lineman, Israel Carrion. That's actually their center, as a matter of fact. So they're going to have their backup center come in, at least for one play, as Carrion does get checked out. That's a difference of size between the two. Carrion, 6'0", at least 250. Bobbled snap. It is enough for a first, however, as the quarterback keeper, Ryan Cruz, takes it. Almost let it slip out of his hands, but fortunate enough, it will be enough to move the chains on the run. Yeah,
good call on your part. So Ryan Cruz did have trouble with that snap. It was a little low. He had to secure the football. Didn't allow him to have that smooth running motion to try to get to the outside, and that really, he did get the first down, but it could have been really for more yards there if it was a more clean snap.
Clock here rolling just outside 10 minutes left to go here in this first half of play. So Ryan here in the shotgun. Single back behind him. Handoff up the middle. And the pile moving forward for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, they just love running up the middle. It's kind of fun. It's really that lead blocker, too, that helps out as well there. Kind of watching Sweetwater here. We're looking at the young center, as you mentioned. He's on the sideline right in front of us, the medical staff with him. So we'll try to keep an update on that.
So Jeffrey Nannini not Jeffrey Nannini, as a matter of fact. We got a player here for Sweetwater who's actually coming up to make the calls for Sweetwater to bring it into the huddle instead of the quarterbacks, instead of actually the top running games as well. On second down, Colussa bringing the pile and bringing the heat and getting the tackle into the backfield. A big-time play there for that Colussa defense.
Yeah, that was a senior Nico Mata right there. He made a nice play He kind of cut the middle, right where the center is again, replacement center, and he came right up that hole and really stopped that running game right in his track. And I think they actually lost 2 yards on the play. So
yeah, that they did. They did actually, as a matter of fact, 3. So it's going to be now 3rd down and 8. And the man that's taking the calls, as a matter of fact, haven't said his name all day, but he's actually kind of the one that's leading the offense a lot. Edward Mendoza. He's a 6'0" wide receiver, which is going to be seldom talked about if you're a wide receiver. So at least, there's one reason why he is receivers. He's the one that's making the play calls.
Could be the loneliest man on the field for Sweetwater.
On 3rd down, a short run on the reverse. Xavier Cruz not getting many. Did get the 3 back that they lost. A 4th down and 5. The last 4th down play they got, it was on a half-yard run on 4th and a half. This time around, it's a little bit longer, 4th and 5. Yeah,
that time McCoy and number 22, Mata, again combined on that hit. So we're seeing now penetration for Calussa's defense where we haven't heard about it before. Carry on being out. He's still on the sidelines, I believe, as they were testing him out. So one little piece missing, and you see right now Sweetwater struggling to run the football.
Look at the line.
That always helps.
Yeah, that Colussa line jumping over. Can't read the hard count.
More than enough for the 1st down.
Those 3 yards from Xavier Cruz paying dividends with the offside call on 4th down. So this drive is going to continue. That's hard for Colussa. If we can get a shot from Balduco, I bet you we'll see orange highlighter ink everywhere.
You're trying to anticipate, the count. So you see they had a stun on. That's you can see when the guy came across the player came across the line of scrimmage. So you're trying to anticipate it, and it's crucial. It's crushing when you don't get it right.
Hand off through the middle. 7-yard gain and a late flag after the tackle.
That was right again with the run. See what this flag is. They're still working on Carrion. Carrion now on the trainer's table right in front of us. They were testing his lateral ability, and then they took him back to the trainer's table. And look at the time, Manny. We're at 6.5 here, so you're almost going halfway through a quarter with Sweetwater still having control of the football on a 1st and it should be a 2nd down and 4.
Another bunch formation and some movement in the backfield as Kalinge.
I think we have 2 guys moving in motion.
Yeah. Kalinge was the 2nd man in motion when he had 1 man on the line. And as you were talking about here, for number 90, their starting center, Israel Carry-On, you see the line, the yards per carry have been far less and less since he's been off the field as well. So that's also paying a big difference to see how they can rework this offense.
Yeah, well, the center is usually the one that calls out the defense, and that's predicated to his teammates on what blocking assignments they're going to have on particular running plays.
First throw, and it gets tipped. The tip there made Isaiah Travis, the defensive end / wide receiver, making the play. Again, on 3rd down, you see the shot there from Israel Carry-On over there on the bench, still getting attended to with his ankles. The longer he's sitting out there, now he's able to stand up, trying to see if he can put some pressure on. We may see him on this drive if he's able to.
Yeah, getting back to Travis, what a great play right there. He came in quick, but didn't go towards the quarterback because there was one of their few passing attempts, and that ball just got tipped away nicely. So good read and react there by Isaiah Travis, the senior tight end, D-end.
3rd down here in 9. Some late motion, double reverse handoff, and now will be enough. That double reverse, that triple option, whatever you want to call it. Xavier Cruz with the football now will be enough to the chains on 1st down and goal.
seen early on when you need something on third down, they go to Cruz Brothers, and he usually one of those two. They did that time. They did an excellent job with blockers and staying disciplined in the running lane.
So now first down and goal with 5:20. Another bunch formation. The pile and the blitz. Correction. It's Nico Mata rushing through the middle to make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a design blitz for Mata, and he just scooped up right through the center guard gap and got it right on top of that runner.
Yeah, you're looking again at the sideline. For head coach Hernandez, he's got his center and carry on behind him, and he's able to stand up, but he's not able to walk right now. They're putting as much tape, whatever they can to get him back out there, and carry on's looking at the field, and he's like a dog on a leash, just trying to get let go to rush out there. He's begging to be out there. He knows he's needed right now. You're on the second down and goal. Another run. Great job by the defense to keep him well short of the goal line. Izell Wright there on the run. After every hit, you can tell that Colussa is a little weaker defensively compared to the offense that Sweetwater brings, but every tackle that's made slows down the run. That's making a big, big difference on these short yard gains.
Yeah, they've been successful running stunts and blitzes, and if they play great men in defense, that's when Sweetwater gains control of the line of scrimmage.
And again, for Carrion, still on the sideline. Again, their backup center, difference in size and a big difference in weight as well. They need this man out there, especially on the second goal. The pile, not able to move forward. Not much of a gain. Be no gain there. Fourth and goal. The run there made by Carlos Delgado. Fourth and goal. Obviously going for it here. A chance to add 6 more on this crucial play.
Not a lot of real estate to run with there.
Yeah, number 90, that's starting there again.
They're going to try to go here.
They give it a here, Thomas. I will brace yourselves here.
Just don't go wide left. If you can move it more towards the right side, you might have it.
To cut it down to a 1-point lead. The snap. High enough. It's a line drive, and it will split the uprights up and good. So the fear of a possible faded kicking game, well, they knew that at least they could maybe go for 35 at best. And that line drive kick does give them 3. So a 12-11 ball game, 2:46 left to go. But you know what, Thomas? I think the big feel right now is, well, you see number 90 now coming back to the sideline, joining his team. They really missed him on this drive, considering that they had a chance to go in for 6. Once he came off the field, Thomas, it was just short run after short run that only got them 3 points instead of the hopeful 6.
Yeah, and then that's a big key. When you lose a starter, that's one of the problems with both of these schools is they don't have a lot of depth on the sideline. So you lose a player, it's a major injury. Even if it's only one series, it could be devastating. And we saw it right here with Water, like you mentioned. They were running the football and really gaining confidence, but it kind of sputtered out for short gains once Carry-On went out of the contest. But more importantly, they started that possession with 1 minute left in the first quarter. It's now 2:46 to go here. So mission accomplished for Coach Hernandez of having an extended drive and getting points.
Line drive kick gets stopped there outside the 30-yard line, bursting through the hole, trying to break off one more tackle. He can, but there's a few more players chasing after him. Inside the 20 to the 15 and 2, just shy of the 10. Inside there! My goodness!
Yeah, that missed tackle was key. Another gear, and then got it right down here on the near sidelines before he got taken out. So great answer for Colussa. Both of the teams going back and forth, and that offense is going to be raring to go now because they've been sitting on this bench for a little bit.
See the screen, about 2:35 now left to go in this football game here, Thomas, and right now you have this big-time break. You give up 3. You have the lead. You know you're kicking the ball off here to start off the second half of play as well. These next few points, if they can get them, crucial for this Colussa team.
Oh, yeah, they need 7, no doubt about it.
On the run, up the far side, Coronado will keep it himself. Diving inside the 5, shy of the goal line. The tackle made in bounds, a late flag. How about that on that quarterback keep from Coronado?
Another missed tackle by Sweetwater allows the play to extend and get positive yards right there. And Coronado using his feet about his arm. He's not a bad runner, 244 yards on the season, averages a little over 7 yards per carry. And
the defensive penalty there.
Yeah.
And we'll move him half the distance. He was tackled around the 3. They're going to move it to about the 1.5 close to the 1 yard line. Clock here, 2:26 left to go. Again, knowing that you will have to kick the ball off to start the second half. These points pretty big, but obviously you don't want to score. You might have to score no matter the case, but you are going to give the football back here to Sweetwater here at some point before this quarter's all said and done. They're going to bunch up again here to rethink the play call.
Yeah, you have a 1-point lead, so you got a lot here that you can do. You know, you're not under so much distress. You know, your defense made a stand. Now they're going to call a timeout, which is smart.
And I think they knew. I think they kind of hurt us up here, right? Knowing that there's still a lot of time on the clock. They are expecting to get Israel Carry-On back at starting center for Sweetwater. He's there in the sideline there, so he's going to be up and at him, ready to go on the next drive offensively for Sweetwater. They don't want to leave as much time as they need to here for Sweetwater, but obviously no points are guaranteed. They have to think about their end first before anything else.
Yeah, I mean the one good thing in Calussa's side in all of this is Sweetwater doesn't have an offense. They can score big. It will have to be a misassignment and a running back going for 60 plus yards. Or half the field. Let's just leave it at that. But hopefully that doesn't happen if you're a Colussa fan. But here offensively, you can look at some things. Really right now what hasn't come down to just run the ball out here. And like you mentioned, you're going to have to kick it off here. You may want this to be a point cushion for you.
6 points to the house they go.
So.
And you can just maybe have the feeling that Sweetwater kind of just conceded, kind of let the score happen. Either way, it is 6 points here for Colussa, 18-11 ball game. They could elect to kick the football, or rather kick the field goal for the extra point. But they are also 0 for 2 on these tries.
Yeah. Maybe they feel their luck changes here on this side of the field.
Yeah, their 2 touchdowns actually were on the opposite side of the field. What's going to be interesting, though, is, again, they gave away 2 points on these point-after touchdowns. The difference between 7 and 8 is pretty big. They kick enough, deep enough, and time. Let's go good.
Yeah, nice play for Sweetwater. 2 missed tackles on the kickoff and on the quarterback sneak. And allowed Colussa to get the. So a little frustrating there on the Red Devil side. In a game like this, you cannot have missed tackles. Everybody, you need you can't have it here in these games. And unfortunately for them, they occurred.
So we have 1:45 now left to go. Sweetwater deciding to give up the touchdown, knowing that they get the player with a lot of time on the clock. But even more importantly, they are here to start the second half. If you're Colussa, how important is this drive defensively for them?
It's really important. I mean, you kind of want to slow them down a bit, run the football wise. But like we said, it's you would think it'd be easy to kind of with a one-dimensional team to devise a game plan and practice during the week, but it's hard to stop a team that really is efficient at this level, like Sweetwater is at the football.
Kickoff that'll go in, so taking out the 20-yard line. Just as important as the hands team coming on the field. You're also going to see now, coming back from injury, Israel Carrion, the starting center, back on the field here for Sweetwater. That's a guy, like we talked about, that they certainly miss. After the yards per gain were cut in half immediately.
Yeah, we're going to see real fast in this drive whether or not he can be, how efficient he will be at his position. Those ankle and lower leg injuries are tough to kind of, they get progressively worse as the game progresses.
So first down and 10. So Ryan will elect to pass the football, and the blitz swallows him whole.
Yeah, again, on the outside again, and they try to double team Travis that time. That left on the other side of the field that just swung on top of TV Cruz, and that was number 42. Rowdy Moore, the sophomore, that came in and made the sack.
Yeah, give us a credit to 54 Hayden Signs there. So assist on the tackles there. The clock will continue to run here with 1:10 now left to go.
And from Sweetwater, I kind of just kneel right now and just go to the locker room. I don't want to turn the ball over this close to my end zone.
Yeah, on the reverse, Xavier Cruz almost gets shoestringed, and this time falls, and he will be tackled inbounds.
Now we see how much they love to run to the outside, and that time a little trip up for Cruz, and that allowed the safety in the corner to break from their assignments and come up and make the tackle on the runner. And after that sack, he got more than half of the return on that play.
Yeah, this might be the last play here of the quarter, barring any defensive penalty or a big-time run. It is about a 5-6 second difference between the play clock and the game clock overall. So, again, as we mentioned, unless something big happens, they're on the option. Handoff. Not much there on the gain, about 2 at most, as we're now at 0-0.
Yeah, Nico Mata kind of just put the exclamation point. He's been kind of a key cog for them. After the carry-on injury there again.
So a 19-11 game, our score here, Thomas. We expected to see a offense from Sweetwater, knowing that this team, one of the tops in the state on the ground. All of a sudden, we're seeing this Colussa team that is touted how strong their defensive run game is, or rather the run defense game is. Well, they've shown it so far.
Yeah, and right now, bated breath, we got to see how well Israel Carrion is moving forward, because right now with this extended halftime, that knee they got to make sure that knee stays loose, or his lower leg injury stays, so he can perform here in the second half. It would be key. Now really put upon them to keep that young man on the football field starting the second half.
Get you guys some halftime stats in just a few. In the meantime, as both teams go into the locker rooms, a 19-11 Colussa lead. This is exclusive coverage of the Division 6A State Football Final right here on the NFHL High School. We thought as if Sweetwater was going to at least put some havoc offensively against Colussa with that run game that they have. But again, losing their starting center on their third drive paid dividends to give Colussa the opportunity to take the lead going into the locker room at halftime, along with that defensive stand after the kickoff. So far, it has been the game that we kind of expected to see what Sweetwater was going to do offensively, but Colussa, they've been a lot more impressively going into that second quarter to take the lead going to the break, knowing they're given the football to start the second half.
Yeah, they really have. They've impressed me with their running game, because I thought it was going to be a little bit. We knew coming into the contest, we spoke both about it, about being a balanced offensive attack, but I thought Colussa would try to take advantage of Sweetwater in the air, but they have not. It's been more their running game setting up their passing game, which it kind of surprised me a bit. And for Sweetwater, like you mentioned, Manny, Israel Carrion, he's probably right now the biggest story heading into the second half, his health status, because if he cannot be out there, I think it's going to be tough sledding for Sweetwater, simply because of lack of depth. The center is the key to the offensive line, and they need him out there.
Kickoff here taken and tackled at the 21-yard line. The return made by Jacob Gonzalez. So the drive is going to start. Actually, they're going to have him down to the 23. So here for Sweetwater, they go into the locker room, going into the break. They are trailing here by 8 points. And when we look at the stats after these next couple of plays, you would have, obviously they're going to be running the football left and right, but it's a matter of how they adjust their play calling. Because one thing that Colussa, as we talked to their head coach and Mikey Baladuca, was they were expecting a lot of reverses, double reverses, options, triple options, and that's what they've done all game. They've stopped most of them, but the ones they've stopped most of, it's been the difference maker.
Yeah, they're stunning between the guard and between the two guards in the center. Have really kind of stagnated this Sweetwater offense running attack, I should say.
On the first run, and not for much, they're going to give them about 3 possibly there on the play. So now sets up here a 2nd down and 7.
That time Aiden Selver made the tackle there from the corner position.
So 2nd down and 7. Clock rolling at 11:20 now left to go in this opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
There goes a blitz.
On the blitz here, but again, the run there by Azell Wright, not much doing. The line gets them stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the safety came up, and they had to compensate for him, and that allowed number 54, as you mentioned, Hayden Signs right there, the middle linebacker, to gobble up that running play. One key point, we talked about how they Sweetwater came away with only 3 points in that possession, that time-consuming possession. I think right now that kind of, when they lost the center, those are the type of possessions that we're seeing as this how this game is evolving, where now you're going to have to score touchdowns and not settle for field goals for the Red Devils moving forward.
So now on 3rd down, they're electing to pass the football. Cruz to the corner and way offline. Down to the receiver to the far side. So now 4th down and 7.
Yeah, a little inside pressure there by Colussa on the quarterback, and Cruz just kind of had to throw the ball away. He almost hit his receiver, but it was just kind of sailing away from him on the little route there towards the far sidelines.
So 4th and 7 here. You don't have really anyone deep to return something. As they're going to here kick the football, as that's Cruz. So Ryan Cruz kicking the football. The ball gets blown dead as the kick went out of bounds. And it will be at the 45-yard line. Again, you talk about these two teams. It's a lower division, so the lower divisions you go, there's not that many players on the football field, so a lot of these players are playing really Ironman football. So no surprise there with what they've got. They just decided to use their quarterback here to kick the football away. Let's talk about enrollment here. Team from Sweetwater, an enrollment of 2,800. How about Colussa? Just over 450.
Man, I could have been a scholar there. My school was tough. I like to go to 420 school enrollment.
On the run, 1st down and 10. McCovey runs it to the near side. A big-time run that will move the chains. And they'll get the 1st down here with the ball down at the 32-yard line. No, actually 31 instead. This is a really big drive here for Colussa. A 2-score game is huge if they can get it.
Yeah, anytime you get the ball on your opponent's side of the field, you have to get points. And good recognition there by Sweetwater on the running play. They held up the runner high and tight there. William McCoy, number 5.
Yeah, McCoy runs near side, saw that was nothing, adjusted, went to the far side, and well, fortunate for Sweetwater that they had some players there to make the play.
I think for the most part, Calussa's done a nice job of kind of negating Sweetwater's front line there. As far as even getting to the quarterback, putting pressure on him, he's really had a really untouched day. There's another missed tackle.
On the run again, and Peyton Humphrey this time.
Yeah, that was
the football.
Excuse me, man. That was just a little short dump out there on the flat, and again, you're giving Coronado a lot of time. You got to put some pressure on them, and they're just not getting the job done right now. Sweetwater, as far as generating a pass rush.
Talking about the stats here in this first half of play as well, Colussa's run game, 12 handoffs on 43 total rushing yards. This time a pass play that they threw for 83 yards worth. The catch there made first time today. Isaiah Travis on the reception does get 7. They're on the completion, 2nd and 3. Sweetwater on the other end, 22 rush attempts, 138 total yards, not one pass yard nonetheless. But the difference here, it's not so much the yards here, Thomas, but it's the points.
Yeah, and right now you can see Sweetwater's kind of playing on their heels right now. Colussa, they score here. It's going to be an upward climb now for the Red Devils. This is a big drive for Colussa.
And on the one-on-one battle, Charlie Santana makes the catch, 8 for 6, a 2-score lead for Colussa. However, with the man down here, they're going to stop the clock. It is a touchdown. No flags on the field. How about that play to break off Santana on a one-on-one battle to take it in for 6 points.
Yeah, that's a smart football right there by Colussa, and especially Coronado. He's having all the time in the world, and he just laid out a beautiful throw to Santana, allowed him to run underneath it on the one-on-one coverage. You know, with Travis, you can see right now that Sweetwater's done an excellent job of really negating him to catch the football, but these secondary receivers, they're having trouble, and especially on one-on-one coverage. Santana again with his second big catch. If you remember in the first half, he caught one for a first down, there a touchdown, and pending the extra point, 25-14, as you mentioned, 14-point lead for a running team. That is tough sledding to get back into the game.
And still can't get the number who's down right now for Sweetwater.
Yeah, it's an interior lineman. I'm with you.
He's able to sit up, and actually, it looks like he's still laying down nonetheless. And now they're trying to pick him up here to see if they can maybe carry him off. And as you mentioned here, a 25-11 ball game. That's a big-time score. Knowing two things, they gave the ball to start half number 2. They get a 3-and-out.
Yeah.
And then they add 6 more of their own. That is a big answer back there from Colussa.
Yeah, they kind of designed it this way. They got the touchdown. After the kickoff with a couple of mistakes there by Sweetwater. They've had 3 missed tackles that have resulted in accompanying plays for touchdowns, and you just can't have that at this level. And boy, that young man is having a struggle getting off the field.
Yeah, that's Spartan Fonseca, the defensive lineman.
Unfortunately, you don't have a card available, or I guarantee they would assist him to come off the field. Now he finally does. Hopefully that young man's okay, but he's having trouble putting any weight on his legs.
So with the extra point up, the kick is up, and it is A-OK, a 26-11 ball game. Well, if you want to talk about a 2-score advantage, you go back to the first 2 scores that Colussa had, and I don't want to be the one that takes the wind out the sails. 26-11, I think a much bigger advantage for Sweetwater compared to 28-11 knowing that 2 extra points on back-to-back touchdowns were missed.
Yeah, well, the one thing they have to be, keep in mind, Sweetwater, you got to keep positive and stay with the game plan. We know what it is. It's running the football. But now you got to be more efficient. Yep. And right now, what they need to do, they need to be now, they have to now seal their blocks to the outside and let Cruz and company, allow them to use their speed to get downfield quicker. It can't be ball control right now because, as you mentioned, they're down 15 points. So you got to score quickly. You can do it running, but now it's going to be really efficient for your blockers to seal the blocks and allow these runners open space to get to the outside and take that one-on-one advantage with the secondary.
So Colussa here will take the ball to kick it off. It'll be a line drive kick up and through and over.
Man,
and it will be in for a touchback.
Yeah.
So in for a touchback as it gets into the end zone as it goes through the kick return specialist. Ball will be moved over to the 20-yard line. 8:08 remaining here in our third quarter of play. Again, the adjustment there by Sweetwater so far. First drive coming, and they did not get anything. In fact, they went down on a 3-and-out. On the second drive here, Thomas, the bigger question would be here is, how much more can they work with, knowing that if they're going to keep going bunch formation, you see that Colussa defense, they're moving to where the ball's going to go. They're reading the eyes pretty well.
Yeah, and, they made an adjustment because, in those first couple of drives, Sweetwater was winning the battle on the line of scrimmage. But when they started stunting, it really confused Sweetwater in their blocking scheme. But there goes a big run right here.
On the stiff arm, this is, by the looks of it, Xavier. Nope, actually, instead it's Carlos Delgado. So Delgado gets the run, and he went actually through the middle, and that strength from Sweetwater able to break it open and have him gap over to the far side to get the big gain.
Yeah, that time the middle linebacker stunted between the guard and tackle, trying to anticipate them trying to run, wanting to run to the outside. Delgado went straight up the gut on a draw play, and then he cut to the outside to use his advantage because now the middle linebacker is no longer there.
So the clock does stop. Ball at the 42-yard line. Low snap. Quarterback will keep it. Zarian Cruz as he runs to the far side. The clock will run as the tackle was made in bounds. You're going to credit him here for, it would be an exact 5-yard gain. So second down and 5, nearing midfield.
Yeah, once again, another play to the outside. So you can do it. You just kind of, what do you want to do? And I think right now for Sweetwater, they're going to go away from their ball control type of goals that they had as far as their game plan. So now they got to go to their secondary play calls. That means now get to the outside and use their speed to their advantage.
So Ryan Cruz, shotgun again, calls up motion. There might have been some extra movement, and the referees did see it. So the play is going to get blown, but running.
That way you can't have mistakes like that. That'll kill you.
Or actually, this might be called. No, they're going to look at Colussa. They're going to ask and see if they want the call. So it's going to be a legal motion. So as expected, the penalty there decline on the illegal shift.
I don't know about that. I think I would have taken it.
That's true. That would have backed him up 5.
We're talking 5 yards.
That's true.
They can get 5 yards in 2 downs.
But more importantly, you look at the clock, it's running. Had they taken it, that clock would have been stopped prior to the snap. So I think they're playing a little bit of chess here from head coach Mikey Belladuco. So third down now and 5, electing to decline the penalty. Will it be worth it? Will they get them down about a yard shy of the quarterback keeper from Zarian Cruz? 4th and 1, you would expect from Hernandez.
Yeah,
they're going to go for it here. And another man down.
Yeah, I believe their tackle, I didn't catch the number, but he was in the tackle position and he fell to the ground. Yeah, my only thing is on third, when you got 3rd and 5, to me, it's you look at Sweetwater, they're built to get they can get 5 yards on 2 downs, and it doesn't matter if the clock is moving or not. They just need to score, because their mindset, Coach Hernandez and his staff, is we got to score here. We're going to go for 2. So, he's already thinking 8 points. And for Colussa, I would have been like, I got to move him back. I got to make this a long field and make it almost, look like unsurmountable, the yardage to get to that first down marker. So, but that's why I'm up here and not down there.
Well, let's talk about here Sweetwater and now their line, right? Mm-hmm. You have a lineman right now down on the trainer's bench. He's laying down. He's not coming back, and he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Second injury here. And you already lost your center for a short time. He did come back, and that was Xavier Cruz, or Xavier Carry-On. Carry-On.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about him a lot. But now this is becoming the big storyline. As here with this man coming off the field, this is now the third man that they're attending to that is the front man of the team.
Yeah, I mean, this is really the hardening, the reality sometimes of these small schools is you lose guys. I mean, it's devastating. It isn't like when you look at modern day and John Bosco, they lose somebody, they got a stud ready to come off the bench to play for them. It really becomes almost like a MASH type unit where you got to somehow find a way to get through the game. And right now you're trying to win a state title, and you're down, as you mentioned. You have one lineman that's not 100%. And now you got 2 others that probably are not going to return in this contest.
Yeah, this is Joseph Ruda, only a freshman, standing at 5'8", but he does have a lot of strength. There's a reason why, as a freshman, he is on the field playing for a state title. So 3 men are now, 2 men now down at third. Like you mentioned, not all there physically.
And now you see the realignment. Carry-On now is not playing center. He's moved out to the tackle position, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes for Sweetwater.
On the bunch formation, diving forward, and they will get the first down. In fact, still staying on his feet. How about that?
Yeah.
So Ryan Cruz, at lower body strength, almost got him 6.
Yeah, he took on Silver and won that battle easily. Great second effort there by the Sweetwater running game. You need that, and that's, to me, is really the story of this 8 and 6 team, is just their toughness, their never say die kind of attitude.
So first down now and 10, ball on the 40-yard line here. After going forward yet again on 4th down. The run on the reverse, they do get 5.
Yeah, you can see on that series, both safeties moved up towards the line of scrimmage, just trying to make it impossible odds to block. You have 5 linemen and probably 2 running backs, and you're trying to make it stack as almost like a 10-man front to get in your odds, and still Sweetwater picks up more than enough yards on first down.
Clock here still rolling, 5:15 left to go. I think if you're Colussa, you would not mind all that much, that clock ticking down, but you would want to see if they get a stop with the clock dwindling away.
Yeah, they go with the blitz again.
On the double reverse, they thought they had the stop. Instead, it's a first down and a whole lot more. Carlos Delgado takes the second handoff, and he looked to be a dead duck in the backfield. And what would have been a 3-yard loss? It's a first down and 10.
Yeah, we talked about the missed tackles with Sweetwater. That's a big one for Colussa right there, as you mentioned. That's a 3-yard loss, and that's devastating for a running attack. But Delgado broke away from it, got to the outside, used his speed, and he picks up a first down. Just what the doctor ordered for the Red Devils.
So the clock does stop here after the run out of bounds. 4:46 left to go. Third quarter of play. So Ryan Cruz, shotgun, handoff to Zell Wright. Diving forward, not before he gets a 4-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, that's good recognition by Wright, because where the handoff was, the hole was filled, and he recognized that, and he shifted to his left and got to that hole to pick up the yardage. So good recognition there by Wright. It's a little jab step, and that's a great effort right there by Wright.
4:10 now left to go. Stiff arm from Xavier Cruz. Tackle made inbounds, does get a few more.
And Nico Mata got a whole fistful of Mr. Cruz right in his face with that stiff arm as he got taken down to the turf. Mata has had an outstanding championship game defensively.
Yeah, he's been one that has been hard to stop on the line, picking up blitzes, and really making some big-time tackles to withstand this 3, 4, 5-headed monster of the run game here for Sweetwater.
Big third down here for Sweetwater.
This looks to be also 4-down territory if they don't get this play here on third down. On the run, they do stop them. Forward progress, though, gets them about 2. A late flag before the tackle was made.
Yeah, right helmet came off, so that's going to be a defensive penalty.
As the referees will talk. Yeah, you can't be reaching for the face mask, and it's going to be an obvious call when there's 22 men on the field and one of them loses their helmet because someone else took it off, and it wasn't the player that had the helmet on.
Well, you can, just that you're going to lose extra yardage.
But more costly, too, because it would have been a third down stop. Instead, now the chains will drop here, sets up now a first down and goal.
Yeah, second face mask penalty on Colussa in the game.
Bunch formation, single receiver on the near side, through the line. They get a decent gain, 4 to be exact.
Yeah, nothing subtle about that. That's a straight ahead run, and you got to get the advantage on the guy.
And Zell right there on the carry. 2:45 now left to go here.
But right now, the clock is okay because really what Sweetwater needs is a touchdown. So if they use it all for the remaining of the third quarter, that's okay on their part.
The run here from Xavier Cruz as he spins in for 6 to the house. Xavier Cruz.
What a 360 move on that outside defender, and that allowed him to waltz into the end zone. I mean, that is hard. You're basically tackling a ghost when they do a 360 move like that, and he just did it perfectly timed too.
So they're going to elect here to kick the extra point instead of going for 2, so they're going to try to save if they score again within that one-score game to cut it down to 8 instead of 7. The kick is no good, however. So with 2 off the board from Colussa, 1 comes off from Sweetwater. It'll be kept now at a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, give Colussa credit. They came with a slanted defense on the far side, and that just allowed. Peyton Humphrey came in fast, so they had to speed up the kick there, or else that was going to be blocked. And you could just see it. He missed that poorly. It went low and to the right.
That run there from Xavier Cruz, 6 points, but you see the smile on his face as we're cutting back now to us here alongside with Thomas Conroy and Manny News with the call on this one. Well, for Cruz, Xavier Cruz, happy he got the 6, but now the main storyline now goes lost lineman for Sweetwater. You give up, you don't get the extra point to keep it at a 2-score game. Their backs are now against the wall as they did when they just scored the touchdown just now.
Yeah, they need a stance here, defensive stance, and they cannot allow Colussa to go downfield and score again. It's really going to be on Sweetwater's defense to somehow slow this offense down.
So a short onside kick gets retrieved at the 45-yard line, trying to see if they can catch Colussa off guard. There's 2:18 here left to go in this one, and you would feel as if that the short kick was for the short distance that they're giving Colussa, knowing that if they do stop him, okay, it'll be a deep kick if they punt it. But I think more importantly, they want to get the football back as quick as they can as well. As we got a late flag before the snap.
Yeah,
will be an offside or a false start call.
Excuse me, Matty. We're seeing on Sweetwater sidelines, Fanaka is definitely out. He's already taken his shoulder pads off, and then the last interior, the tackle is looking like he's not going to return either. So tough news there for Sweetwater as they're down 2 players.
Yeah, and you look at also carry on as well. There's a lot of tape on his left leg. First down at 15 on the run. That's William McCoy. Short gain. He does get 2. So the clock here is their friend for Colussa. Under 2 minutes now left to go. Points are important. Knowing that you have a chance to, if you get 6, you have the control to make this a 3-score game if they get the touchdown and elect here to go for 2 to get those 2 points back.
And now you got to tell your secondary, stay with your coverage with these secondary receivers. That's what's killing us.
So second down and long. Electing to pass here, Coronado loses the football. Did they say they had him down? No, they did not. So it was a live football.
Wow.
Fortunate for Colussa to get on top of it.
Yeah, excuse me, on that play, that was a big-time play right there. There's a flag at midfield, though.
Yeah, Landon Humphrey was down. They'll come back up, and that's where he was down is the flag thrown. And this could be called against Sweetwater, knowing that the flag is thrown a good 20 yards off the ball.
The one thing they're talking about, well, let's hear them. That's bad. That's
a late hit called against Sweetwater. You get a sack, you're forcing a 3rd and long, and all of a sudden it changes because of some roughhousing there deep in the field.
Yeah, you gotta be smart, really. Gotta look at the situation and plus play smart.
But it's not an automatic first, though.
No.
So it was after the play. It looks as if it is a 15-yard penalty. So where the ball is spot. So they're going to move the marker at the 36. So add 15 to that, it's going to go to the 49.
But obviously you want...
Not sure at midfield.
Yeah, you want Colussa to be back at their own 36.
Yeah, difference between 3rd and 21 and then 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 4. 15 yards make a big difference.
Yeah, now they can run the football if they want to.
So 3rd down, it'll be a run. And they get tackled in the backfield. Sullivan cannot escape the pressure. Back-to-back plays where Colussa loses yards. It'll set up now here a 4th down.
Yeah, no room out to the outside for Sullivan. And just great recognition there by Sweetwater secondary. First recognizing the run and then coming up and helping their outside edge rushers to kind of seal that running area to the outside.
So Colussa will elect to punt here. It is a 9-point game, however, so Sweetwater does need to score twice on unanswered points if they want to take this lead here instead of just 1 to at least tie.
They might take a delayed game here. Nope, that's not.
I'd like to kick it here. Almost gets blocked. And there's a late flag after the kick. And that's going to be running into the kicker or maybe even roughing because you had 2 defenders. They're all over the kicker and they push him pretty hard. And this could. It's a difference between 5 and 15. Let's see what the call is here. It'll be just running. So they declined the penalty. The ball gets down at the 27-yard line.
Now, how far are the Oscars from here? 'Cause that looked like I might have to look at that again for an award.
Oh, unfortunately, if if we had the budget for a replay, we could have maybe seen that over and over. However, you can watch this game over and over all you want to watch that specific play over and over with this game also on demand.
The big series here for Sweetwater getting back to the action.
Oh, actually, I think they're going to elect to kick it instead.
It's smart. That's a good play. Even though, now Sweetwater has to also defend for the possible fake punt.
Well, let's put this into perspective here, because does the clock roll? No, actually, they're not going to let it roll here. So there's 7 seconds left. You kick the football, you take those 7 seconds off,
and
which we just start the flow. They're actually, never mind. With whatever I said, let it go. 4th and 1 on the run. Flag on the play. Saleva will run in for 6, but this might be coming back.
Yeah, his second rushing touchdown. But forget everything.
So there's a signal for a touchdown. The flag was thrown after the handoff. Sweetwater knows it's a holding call.
They're hoping it's a holding call. We'll find out. Illegal formation. So that's a killer penalty.
But now the question lies, so the ref did say touchdown, which means the clock did get used from start to finish there. So even with zeros on the board, as I was thinking, they are going to have to run an untimed down. So that is actually a break there for Sweetwater. So this will be the last play for sure, barring another type of penalty here to close out this third quarter. It is 4th and 6, and electing there to go forward on 4th and 1. Gets pushed back again, and here again comes out the punting unit.
Yeah. Oh, hurry up. There they go. And right now, if I'm Sweetwater, I'm not going to try to block this. I just want to get good. Oh, bad snap.
Yeah, high snap. They can still get this kicked off. It's a line drive, and that's a beauty. A beauty of a kick on a line drive that still ends up in Sweetwater territory. Some commotion to close out the quarter, and there's your flag. And you feel as if this might go against Sweetwater also.
I don't know. There was a lot of talk between both sidelines. This game's kind of getting out of hand here, so I think the referees now have to kind of wheel this one in a bit.
You saw some flexing, as you saw on the camera. One of our hero shots, one of the players from Sweetwater was flexing their muscles. They might be calling this here for taunting against Sweetwater if that's the case.
Let's see.
As expected. As expected. Oh, wait. Oh, I heard correction.
I think we're going to have... nope, that's on
Nope, they're going to back him up, so they are going to back him up. So it would have been at the 41. Instead, it gets to the 27. And you know what, Thomas? If you really think about it, let's go back to how this third quarter got to near the end here. Penalty, ball gets down at the 27. You had this you had a penalty. 4th and 1 on running into the kicker. They decided to go for it. Touchdown, gets waved off. Illegal formation, punt, down on the line drive after the bad snap. Then the penalty puts them back to where the punt was on the first try. And it took all that time off the board. More importantly, you got a whole quarter now left to go, but now that puts the pressure here on Sweetwater.
One good thing that comes out of it really, for me, Manny, is their defense held Colussa there. Did not allow them to pick up a first down. Granted, it was with weird plays, like you mentioned. Your recap was
trying to keep track of it. It's so hard.
The penalties and that's not. But right now for Sweetwater, we're going to start now the fourth quarter, and this is where they're going to have to, they're gonna have to score in this drive to stay in this game, because they're just not built offensively to come back from a deficit of this nature.
So a 9-point lead here for the likes of Colussa. They did trade touchdowns, but the difference here was a missed extra point that has put Sweetwater here down by 2 possessions on this 9-point deficit. On the quarterback keeper, far side run. They do lose about maybe a half yard on the run. The likes of the quarterbacks are Ryan Cruz on the keeper.
Yeah, no blocking right there. Give credit to Colussa. They came in and they got on top of the runner fast. And if he got to the line of scrimmage, good for him, because that was really stopped right away.
They're going to actually say it's no gain instead. So second down now and 10. And the ball on the 28-yard line. So Ryan Cruz, shotgun. Double reverse. And this is Xavier Cruz. Does not get the first, however. He did get 9 of the 10, though.
Yeah, but this is right now we're in the fourth quarter, and for Sweetwater, right now this is 4 down territory for them. You mentioned they're down 9. They can't afford to give the ball up and not expect Colussa to take advantage and go downfield and score. You got to do it on your own.
Yeah, this drive here really important. You don't score here, at least if you don't get 3. They got to get at least 3. If they don't, you're giving a big heap of love here on the Colussa sideline. On third down, the play gets thrown dead. It'll be for a false start call. Now, is this 4 down territory here, Thomas?
For me it is, yeah, because I'm down 9 and I run the football 90% of my plays, so I'm sorry, I got to get points here because I just don't have a passing attack to get us back in. I mean, we kind of joked about it at the top of the broadcast, but they've only thrown 61 passes this year.
And that's in 14 games.
Yeah, I mean, when you do that amount, that usually tells me there's not a whole lot of passing drills during the week, as it's all about running and maintaining blocks. So. And that's what happens with the injuries that we've been talking about. Oh, there goes a pass.
Well, they go play action. The catch is made, and it will be a first down. Carlos Delgado, fingertip grab. First completion of the early afternoon for Sweetwater.
Yeah, prove me wrong. Exactly.
They knew.
I like that.
I think they're watching a broadcast downstairs there, Thomas.
Somebody is.
Well, we know the whole city of Colussa is. They had a parade prior to traveling down. Believe it or not, Thomas, they also traveled yesterday morning on a charter bus coming all the way down here. A 6+ hour bus drive to come down here, and they're the team that's up here by 9. That is quite remarkable here. Oh, play will get blown dead.
That was that reverse that you love, but something happened before that. Probably a false start.
And another false start call here against Sweetwater, so back them up 5. And the clock will run, 9:26 and counting here, 4th and final quarter.
And that's what happens when you have multiple interior lineman injuries. You're going to get a lot of false starts because you're bringing in new players that really have never worked with the cadence of a starting quarterback, and that sometimes they just by accident get off the line of scrimmage a little fast to try to maintain their block.
On the reverse, this is Xavier Cruz. Gets back to where the drive got to, about the 40-yard line. And, you speak about linemen as well. We have a man on the cart who got down in the third quarter, Joseph Rauda. He's going to get taken there on the cart. And obviously with his afternoon done, 2 men down, along with the third, with Israel Carrion also not playing to his full potential because of his injury as well.
Yeah, tough to see. Both players had those inflatable casts put on their ankles, so hopefully they get well.
A play action, Xavier with the reception. And it will be enough for a first down on the 10-yard play. Sweetwater thought as if they got a roughing the passer call so Ryan got down.
Well, that was a hit. And that was Hayden Signs again that hit Cruz, but he got the ball out. And the referee did not judge it as a...
And they are attending to someone that's down on the ground. And it is going to be for Sweetwater.
Another injury.
I don't see Xavier out there here, Thomas, with the huddle. And that could be him that's down.
Yeah, he took a good hit as he went out of bounds. So we'll see.
Yeah, the brother of the quarterback, so Ryan Cruz. Again, those two players combined, getting close to 2,000 yards rushing prior to today's contest.
Got a good photo. You can see it right there of the injury. Coach Hernandez was coming over to check on his player. Still haven't confirmed the number yet. But once again, another injury. Manny, this is, you don't see that too often in state finals. 4 crushing injuries for Sweetwater.
Yeah, this time it looks to be an upper body injury as well. Mm-hmm. They're looking at looks to be his chest possibly.
Yeah, he took a hit, and it's more importantly how you land, because it looked like he went off his feet, and you can land awkwardly on his shoulder, and you can easily dislocate your shoulder on just how hard you hit the turf. Don't want to speculate, but I've been hit like that, and I know what the outcome is, and it's usually your shoulder gets rattled a bit. Hopefully that's what it is.
Like you were talking about as well, Thomas, the injuries here for Sweetwater. These Sweetwater trainers have been getting their work cut out for them.
Yeah.
Again, with 4 players going down, and you just hope that it's not a third that cannot come back the rest of the game either.
Yeah, unfortunately, the 4 injuries, 2 of them are already going to see medical assistance away from the stadium. So that's a tough afternoon, Sweetwater, that injury-wise. And you were right. It was one of the Cruz brothers.
So it is Xavier Cruz that he's able to be helped up. Obviously, he's going to have to sit out this play here.
Yeah, looks like they're looking at his shoulder, so tough. Now they're going to have him sit down.
Rather now lay down.
Excuse me, lay down.
Yeah, they are attending to. Now they're going to have him sit up, and they're going to have him go to the trainer's table. First down and 10. That is more than 1,400 yards. That is now on the sideline. They're going to elect here to pass the football, and it is picked off! On the interception, Abimael Fuerte, a flag thrown, however, on the near side.
Let's see what this is, but that's a big turnover for Colussa right there.
I'm not sure who that pass was thrown to, Thomas, because that was very well underthrown.
Yeah, it was underthrown, but the receiver on the hash marks was open, but I don't know if that ball got partially tipped at the line of scrimmage or not, because it looked like it was just woefully underthrown.
So it is a personal foul called against Colussa, but it was after the play, so they are going to keep the football. 8:04 now left to go here, Thomas. Now let's talk about timeouts, even though it's kind of far away from the end of the game. Sweetwater does have all 3 timeouts. You may lose your top runner. At what point do you start thinking about timeouts, knowing that you're going to be expecting to see Colussa run the football as much as they can? They're on the first play, diving forward. it is for going to be an 8.5-yard gain.
Yeah, I was just going to say it really predicates what happens on first down. You got 8 yards, and I don't think the coaching staff is ready to use their timeouts, but they may if they go downfield a little bit more, because we keep stating that when you're strictly a running team, the clock suddenly becomes your enemy when you're trailing, and right now this looks like Colussa right now is winning the battle on both sides of the ball on the line of scrimmage.
And considering as well with Xavier Cruz down, again, you're losing a lot of yards there on the bench. Second down, the tackle way deep in the backfield and up there to Sullivan.
Yeah, and a pretty good defender too. Like you mentioned, with the rosters not being full, you have a lot of two-way players here, and he's one of them. And right now they have somebody else now filling his role here on the defensive side of the ball.
So now third down and about 4 yards, rather, we're going to say 3 instead left to go. And as you were talking about timeouts here, Thomas, a 2-score game, big difference from a 1. They get the first down, then we can start considering when they could get used here if they get it. They're going to like to pass the football, however. It's a catch. It's a first down, and that's Landon Humphrey on the reception. The tackle staying in bounds. More importantly for Humphrey, a smart football move by Humphrey to stay within the white chalk.
Yeah, you can almost see Colussa now is almost begging Sweetwater to use their timeouts, or if not, they're just going to run this clock out. And they have a balanced attack where you can do that, where you can run the football and then only throw unnecessary downs.
And we saw that here in this quarter, the difference between these two teams. You see a team that's very run-heavy, that is dependent on the ground game. They got stopped when they elect to pass the football. An underthrown pass has given the football right back to Colussa, who's got a more balanced attack and a chance to take this time down and possibly head back up north to Sacramento for a state title.
Yeah, that was really one of the cool things about this matchup is you had two teams coming here for the first time, battling for the 6A title, and so you love that enthusiasm we've seen from both sides today.
Approaching here
5.5.
Yeah, a little under 5.5 as a matter of fact. Right now it's second down and 7 on the last play, going for 3 yards. Here in the shotgun from Coronado. It'll be a play by McCoy on the run. That's a first down. Gets tackled, a flag after the play. With the flag there thrown at the 25-yard line. The tackle looked to be made out of bounds. McCoy trying to stay in bounds, but you can see that Sweetwater was doing all they can to move him out of bounds.
Inadvertent face mask, first one for Sweetwater today.
And you don't see those calls all that often. The NFL took that away a long time ago. It was kept in the high school game. College game, it was taken away as well. And the clock actually will run, so they said that the tackle was made in bounds. So fortunate here for Colussa. 4:35 and counting here in this fourth and final quarter. And the time here for Sweetwater, not on their side. A flag there thrown by the timekeeper.
Oh, man.
And that's 5 more free yards here for Colussa as they're going to move up.
Well, this is another aspect of when you have injured players, and, not recognizing, you got to know your role. And sometimes you also got to know what position you are as far as if you're a bench player, who you come in and out of on injury as far as where you stand in different stunts and alignments, defensive alignments, and right there they have too many players.
Under 4 minutes to go now here in this fourth quarter. Under 5 on the play clock. McCoy will take the handoff. Good chunk. Needed 5. Got the 5 for the first down. The chains will stay up, however, first down and goal.
Yeah, we talked about the combination of Bo Coronado and Isaiah Travis, but we really should be talking about how well William McCoy has played today, because his running game, his ability to run the football has allowed Colussa to kind of take control of this game here.
Play clock still above 5. Now they hand up with under 5 left. 3:15 remaining. McCoy handoff far side, and they're going to go with flags going everywhere. That's going to be holding if I ever saw it. If I ever saw one there, that's going to be called easily against Parker Goodman. You had every Sweetwater player hands going, hey, holding, and then you see just yellow tarp all over the place.
Yeah, this game's gotten a little sloppy since the end of the third quarter with the flags. And it's on both sides. It isn't just Sweetwater or Colussa. Both teams have kind of gone off the rails here.
But you look at the Sweetwater end, though. You just have a lot of miscues and a lot of advantages that they've given Colussa. Mm-hmm. The missed extra point. You could just tell that actually affected them mentally. Not just that, you lose some key players, especially lineman-wise, that has really given this Colussa team the far upper hand.
Yeah, that last missed extra point was really based on the alignment of Colussa on the field goal extra point block.
Up on the far side, tackle made. The clock will stop. A flag thrown. It is in the field of play, though. Thrown there at the 22. Actually, they're going to back it up to the 22-yard line. And this could be more holding. And you know what? If I'm Sweetwater, I would decline it. And I think that's what they're going to do. Oh, no, they're going to give him to him.
Yeah.
3 minutes left. You know you need 2 scores. The clock did stop because he ran out of bounds. Is the clock going to run? It's not, because the play was out of bounds. You're giving Colussa, though, an extra play to work with.
It's 1st and 30, though.
It is 1st and 30.
If you can create a turnover here, you kind of slant the field for your offense.
Another run. This is Sullivan.
Just take him down. At this point, you're not. He's firmly secured that football. Don't waste your time in trying to knock the ball out.
Sweetwater will use their first of 3 timeouts, and this drive starting to give way here for Colussa. You want to be the team with the football up by 2 scores with under 3 minutes left to go, because you can just about secure this win. Sweetwater trying to do all they can to just hang on to dear life here.
Yeah, and if I'm Colussa, I'm not throwing the football, even though it's 2nd and long. You just run the football and force Sweetwater like you've been talking about. You force them to use their remaining timeouts.
Well, you consider the first down marker at the 1-yard line. So if they throw the football, it'll be to the end zone. Mm-hmm. So the last thing you want to do is, again, have any chance to stop the clock. You want to force Sweetwater here to work the clock in their favor, knowing that they've now burned their first of 3 timeouts here. So 2nd down and 26. Coronado shotgun, handoff through the middle. A good game, trying to stay up. Still done so, and still, my goodness, ain't Sullivan, no flags on the field. And that is all that she wrote.
Yeah, and that is really what has been the problem for Sweetwater. Missed tackle right there, and that was not one. That was at least 3 missed tackles on that run, and he kept his legs moving, and then he saw the opening to the end zone and put it in. His second touchdown of the game, and like Manny said, this might be it for Sweetwater.
I was
now trailing 32-17.
Yeah, I was trying to find words there on the run because I thought he was going to go down around the 20, and then he stays up at the 15, still stays up at the 10, and he was broken free to make this now a 32-33-17 ball game. 2:39 left to go.
Too many missed tackles there. I mean, that's been the problem for Sweetwater today. We talked about it right before the first half, on the kickoff, the missed tackle there that allowed Colussa to extend their 1-point lead, as you mentioned, to 9. And it's been that type of a game. And if I'm not mistaken, I think right after that missed tackle on the kickoff return, I think Baca had a missed tackle that took him all the way near the goal line there in that drive at the end of the first half. So, we talked about it at the top, 13-0, you kind of got the target on your back, right? I mean, you're undefeated. Everybody's expecting you to, somehow not play to your expectations. But, it's easier said than done. And 13 opponents have tried to knock Colussa off the tracks, and they're about 239 away from having a nice 14-0 perfect season and a state title. That's not too bad, man.
Kickoff, that'll stay in the field of play, returned around the 15-yard line, falling down to the 31. You talk about their schedule, 13 teams try to take down this Colussa team.
Just being a key point of your season, so I thought that was interesting. They played Wood Creek and Rockland up there in Northern California, and they came away with positive results.
Yeah, it was a 7-on-7 passing lead that they participated in on first down and 10. The pass nearly taken in, and that could have been a possible chance at a big gain, a flag thrown in the backfield, and this will be maybe roughing the passer.
No, I think somebody's helmet.
Oh, never mind. Oh, it's actually a Calussa's helmet.
Yeah.
I take it back.
I don't know if they ripped it. I was watching the ball, so I didn't see what exactly occurred.
So they're going to move them to the 15-yard line, so it'll be now first down and 25. Obviously, that's the last thing you need if you're Sweetwater. You don't want to be giving up yards offensively, knowing that now you got to go to the pass game, and even more so, you've got your top runner and Xavier Cruz down on the trainer's table. He's not coming back the rest of this game, it looks like. Nearly sacked, breaks off a tackle, pass thrown, tipped away, incomplete.
Yeah, you don't like the way this is ending. It's just frustration by Sweetwater. You can just sense it. The way they're running their offensive plays right now. They're not a passing team. They're having a hard time kind of getting people in motion. You can see the routes downfield. You got receivers kind of running in the same area. And when you have that just makes it easy for the defense to pick you off. So it's kind of unraveling here for Sweetwater. And you just hope that they take it all in. They had a great year too.
Rolling over now near side, and down he goes. The sack made by who else? Isaiah Travis.
Yeah, his 7th of the season. We thought we might see him a little bit more in the passing game, but he's done an excellent job.
Yeah, but they have not needed him hardly at all. He's only made one catch this entire game. A minute 50 here and counting in this fourth and final quarter. 2 timeouts left here for Sweetwater, but It is now a 3rd down and forever. They're saying it's going to be 3rd down and 31. They need to get to the 41 for a 1st down. And I think at this point, you're looking at, so they're taking their time. They might be conceding here, Thomas.
White flag up, is that what you're saying?
That's what it feels like here.
Maybe. You know, getting back to Travis offensively, I think Sweetwater did an excellent job of trying to limit his touches in the passing game. That's a good run.
And a tackle made in bounds, so the clock will continue to run.
That was Zarian Cruz again. Love to know if he got close to that 1,000-yard barrier. He only needed 73 in the
he got 20 there. He got close to 20 there on the run. Get you guys some final stats if we can get them near the end in a sec.
Yeah, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, I think a lot of people have to really take a look at this Sweetwater team. When you go 0-4, and I played on the worst team in my high school, and everybody just wanted to give in the gear and say enough already.
Ball gets tipped on the throw, incomplete.
Yeah, McCoy right there tipped it away, and there goes the bucket.
And a Gatorade shower. To Baladuco, traveling from the Sacramento area Friday morning.
Man, what's that parade going to be like with the state title?
I bet you that whole all of NorCal's going to shut down for them, you would feel.
But getting back to Sweetwater, you go 0-4 and you end the season on a 5-game winning streak that ends here this afternoon here in El Camino College. I mean, you have no reason to feel ashamed or disappointed. You had a great season. Yeah,
not one bit, especially when you're taking on a Colussa team that really was the underdog. You would feel with the way that Sweetwater was playing coming into this. But Colussa, they traveled down and they were ready with every single thing that Sweetwater threw at them. Clock now at 000. The Colussa Redhawks are your 6A CIF State Bowl champions.
And nothing more than that. Great effort.
A very well-balanced attack here for Colussa. You had Celebra that scored. Coronado had a great arm. Travis did his part defensively, and he was actually a force. Now, we thought that it was going to do a lot offensively, but it was really the defense on his end that carried a lot, along with the runs from McCoy and Landon Humphrey on the reception end. You know, give tons of credit, as a matter of fact, to this Colussa team traveling again from NorCal to come down here and walk away with the state title.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think the change in the game was in the second quarter when Colussa went to running a little bit more stunts, moving those safeties in, and then using them on blitz coverage and packages, I should say. And it and then the injury to the carry-on started it kind of the decline for Sweetwater, because they just didn't have an adequate replacement on the offensive line to keep them, allow them to gain 6 or 7 yards per carry. It dropped down to 4, and if you remember, when he got injured, they could only settle for 3 points on that drive. So, it's an uphill climb. It was injuries, it was missed tackles, and, just couldn't execute. And that's the reason why Sweetwater lost this game today. As far as Colussa, you hit everything on the head. Very balanced attack, and you saw it, and you saw the secondary receivers. Manny really excel in this contest for them. Everybody knew that Travis, the tight end, was going to be could be a big part of this game, but he really wasn't offensively, only defensively. But it was the secondary receivers, the two Humphrey brothers and Santana that got the job done for Colussa, and that's why they're going to be holding up the trophy here in a little bit.
You see Sweetwater here now taking the runners-up trophy, the regional finalists, the state finalists, mind you. A lot of things that could have gone their way actually went the opposite for Sweetwater, but like you mentioned, an instance record. They started the season off 0-4. Any team who starts the season 0-4 would love to be in this position. They are walking away with the section title. They walked away with a regional title. There is no hard feelings and no heads down for this for the Sweetwater team.
No, and you could see the enthusiasm with the coaching staff when we were down on the sidelines. And this is going to be well received down in San Diego, and it's going to be fun watching this team see how they progress next season down in their Metro South Bay League.
And with Colussa hoisting the trophy to none other, the first man to take it, Isaiah Travis. Again, we didn't mention his name offensively, but defensively, especially in that second half, he was that man.
Yeah.
I would love to give him the player of the game, but we've got plenty of other options. But nonetheless, he's one of the first to certainly deserve that trophy.
Yeah, him and Nico Mata kind of set the statement defensively wise that it was not going to be easy for Sweetwater to run on them, and give the coaching staff, obviously the defensive coaching staff, credit for making the adjustments needed to slow down Sweetwater's rushing attack.
As the team now huddles up for their team photo. Certainly a memorable moment. Again, this team, this whole city rallying around this team prior to them leaving. They had a massive parade just outside their school before they hopped on the charter bus to go home, and I'm sure that not one player, I don't think head coach Beladuca is going to control these guys on that bus ride home. Not one bit, Thomas.
No, that could be a
that could be a separate story in itself.
That could be a bus ride for the ages. We might have to hear some stories about 10 years down the road what exactly happened there.
Yeah, so again, with Colussa winning here by a final of 33-17, our fourth game down of 6. Correction, our third game down of 5 overall. It's been a fun game here, Thomas. We got 2 more right behind us. It's been great to call this game alongside you as well. A great game nonetheless. You travel from San Diego. I'm here locally out in the LA area. Some great football to be had. It is also nice to have all these games at a specific site to give these players an opportunity to show off their struts and really have that experience of a state title game here.
Yeah, this is my first time here at El Camino College, and it is impressive. Great view for us, and more importantly, field was in excellent shape, and 2 good teams today. So we started it off. Now we hand the baton off to our colleagues here to have good broadcast the remainder of the day, right?
So we got 2 more games coming at you right now. Again, Colussa in the first game winners over Sweetwater, 33-17 our final. From all of us here in the NFHS Network, Brian Vilvert, Jared Nelson, Finn Pendergast, all of our camera people, as well as Matthew Burke and Mike McGeary, Thomas Conroy, Manny Nunez in this one. We'll see you back in just a few for our final 2 games here at El Camino College. This has been exclusive coverage of the NFHS Network. For more, log on to NFHSnetwork.com. Good afternoon, and we'll see you back in just a few.